So good crowd here as always at Sepang, and remember this is a rolling start, quite unique to Asia this. So Karun Chandok will lead them around in their qualifying position. When the lights go out, we'll be racing. And away we go, the reds go up and down towards the first corner they go. Karun Chandok of India leads the way. Just behind him, Daisuke, who qualified second, the Japanese driver going round the outside while Karun takes the defensive inside line. Looks like Hans Lin's got into third place. Hamid Al Farden is right up there, but so too is the American. And CT Motorsport getting a good start with Seth Ingham there. But it's Karun Chandok who leads the way into turn 4. Nice and clean, a little bit of a lock up there. One of the drivers could have been Dennis Thian. Karun leads the way. The Japanese, Daisuke, right behind him. Very similar times in qualifying, so there's nothing between them. And the American Ingham, Seth Ingham still there in third place, but being pushed all the way by Hans Lin. There's Hamid Al Farden, number 38, racing for Bahrain. And Hans Lin, definitely the man on the move at the moment, pushing really hard on the American. Real diversity of cultures and countries represented here, but it's India out front. JK Tyres, Karun Chandok. Represented India, of course, in the A1 Championship recently against some of the very best in the world. So too did Ananda Mikula, who started from the pit lane but has already gained several places. And he represented Indonesia, but he had to start from the pit lane. Nice wide line. Oh, look at, here comes Hans Lin up the inside on Seth Ingham. And in fact, Hamid Al Farden's got past both of them. What a manoeuvre. The American caught napping there. Hamid Al Farden, what a move. He went up the inside. Hans Lin, number 85 in the blue and white car, went round the outside, and here comes Hans Lin again, looking to try and get into third place. Meanwhile, Daisuke of Japan, there he is, number 14, still going strong in second place, trying to hold on. Here's another look at it. A little bit of a lock-up by Daisuke, and that got a bit of confusion going, and I think that's what put Seth in. At Sepang last time out, it was former Formula 3000 star Ananda Mikula of Indonesia who stole the show, took the lead of the championship. But Bahrain's Hamid Al Farden and China's Hans Lin also scored well. Meanwhile, early leader Karun Chandok of India has dropped to 4th place and needs to turn things round as we head to round 3 of the Formula V6 Asia Championship from Sepang in Malaysia. Warm welcome once again to Sepang in Malaysia. The site, of course, of the last round. Let's take a look at the highlights of round 2. A clean start by all the drivers. But then at the end of turn 1, Japan's Daisuke and Ken Lee of Korea came together at the exit. Big shot causing a red flag. Several cars, including former champion Dennis Thian, Hans Lin also out. Away from the line, Karun Chandok from pole position. But an excellent start. Hamid Al Farden of Bahrain took to the grass and lost places. So too, Seth Ingham out into the gravel, but hopefully keeping it going. Jeffrey Lee not so lucky. Hans Lin also in problems. And Chinese Taipei spinning round. Meanwhile, not quite as dramatically, but just as importantly, Karun Chandok out of the race, pulling over with mechanical problems. The face said it all. Out of this one, a DNF. And that allowed Ananda Mikula of Indonesia, an old rival of Karun's, to take the victory and 23 points and the championship lead. Just 1 point now ahead of Hamid Al Farden of Bahrain. Hans Lin in third place for Chinese Taipei, and Karun Chandok now in 4th with 16 points, just ahead of Michael Ho of Macau. And in the team's championship, Team E-Rain of Korea, 33 points, 10 ahead of Eurasia Motorsport with 23, just 1 ahead of former champions Meritus. It'll be an interesting team's championship this year. Storm clouds were gathering overhead for the start of the weekend, but another storm of press and media interest was also gathering in the pits. The interest in Asia's top single-seaters has really taken off at the start of this one. Hans Lin, Pohang, teammate of course to Karun, Team E-Rain, 217.2. 6. So then, the grid is formed up. Good crowd here as ever. And of course, part of the Japan GT race weekend. A rolling start. Hamid Al Fardin will lead them from the start. But watch out for the yellow and blue car, the JK Tyres, Karun Chandhok from the start. He's great in the wet, but so too is Hamid Al Fardin. In fact, we caught him earlier in the weekend just sitting in the rain. He says he enjoys it. But away they go. Hamid Al Fardin leads. He's trying to defend that line. And it looks as though Karun Chandhok will try to go around the outside, but there's no way he's going to go round Hamid at this point. But the next is a left-hander, and so Karun could have a chance here. And he does dive for it. Good effort from the Indian there, but not quite. Hamid Al Fardin defends that position well, and a great start. I say that because Hamid Al Fardin is probably the least experienced driver of the top drivers. Several A1 drivers out there with bunches of experience. Hamid Al Fardin has only just been in Formula BMW, the junior single-seater series of the Asian Festival Speed Series. But already, in just 8 weeks, he's coming on well and is now leading this race ahead of Chandhok and Hans Lind. Into turn 1 they go again. Positions haven't changed. Nanda Mikla, though, trying to make up some ground. Number 9 for Indonesia in 6th place at the moment. Ken Lee of South Korea is in 8th. Michael Ho of Macau is in 9th. Field starting to spread out now. And if anything, Seth Ingham is under a lot of pressure at the moment. Into turn 4 at the top of the hill. There's a chance to overtake here. Ooh, that was a little bit too much then from Halliday. He's really putting a lot of pressure on now. Into the next left-hander. You can see the dry patches here, and that's going to make things even worse. Because if you go from wet to dry on wet tyres, you very easily slip, because as soon as you hit the dry patch, the tyres dry out, start to warm up, you hit a wet patch and you've got no grip whatsoever. Here's Hans Lind trying to hold off Halliday and Ingham. Good battle here. And it's all grouping up there for 3rd place as Chandhok tries to... Oh, here comes Halliday again up Hans Lind, and oh, they touched! Hans Lind comes off worse there, Seth Ingham goes through, and they're literally muscling poor old Hans Lind out of the way. And that was pretty tough driving, but Halliday's through. And Nanda Mikla has also got through as well, Hans Lind. And here's Chandhok. He's got past Hans Lind, so good recovery from the man from Madras. Oh, and Hans Lind has gone straight off. I don't know what was wrong there, but it looked as though it was mechanical rather than physical. He was obviously trying to race. And Nanda Mikla's out, so all sorts of drama going on. And Nanda Mikla walking away. And yeah, you can see, look, there's Mikla's car. He's been hit from behind by Hans Lind. It looks like on the last turn, breaking his suspension. And Lind's car is also damaged. And it looks as though he's got a punch, and that's why he went straight on into the gravel. So both of them out, and it was Hans Lind's fault. He was trying to be a little bit too aggressive in the last corner, and it's taken both of them out. And that's significant for Nanda Mikla, because he was, of course...
I was pushing the car really hard. I tried to get close to my front car, Ananda. And every lap, I try to shorten the brake distance. And every time I shorten the distance, and it's getting really on the limit. So finally, I lock my wheel. So I crashed into Ananda. It was, really bad luck to do that for Ananda. So I'm really sorry for making a crash. Also sorry for my sponsor, for the team. Yeah, I think.